Rainbow Six Siege. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer again, guys. Because this is a revisited. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is the up-and-coming installment of... No, this doesn't even sound right. It's not up-and-coming. It's been out f***ing years. We're going to not read the words, guys. Maybe we should read the words of the season pass. Protect and serve with the Thermite Military Police set. Unlock the MP helmet, the MP fatigues for Thermite, along with the MP Brassard charm and Marine Corps MP weapon skin for the 5.56 XI assault rifle for $6.49. Or, how about Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Year 2 pass? You get access to 1 year's VIP premium over. Year 2 operators and bonus DLC. You get 8 new Year 2 operators across 4 seasons. 8 exclusive headgear customizations. Wow, fucking hell. 8 exclusive uniforms. An R6 carbon charm. And 600 R6 credits to purchase more in-game shite. Wow. But not only that, guys, you get perks. You get 7-day early access to each season's new operators so that you can be better than the people that don't earn as much money as you. 10% discount in the Gullible in-game shop. 5% renown boost to unlock more shite faster. 2 extra daily challenges. More than the scrubs who don't have a fucking job. Guys, I'm revisiting this because I've been asked to of a lot of people. A lot of you might not have seen my first review of this back in 2015 when it first came out, so I'm going to go over a couple of things first, starting with the graphics. I can't remember whether this had a FOV slider back when I reviewed it, but the FOV slider is a bit disappointing. It only goes to 90, which is just not enough. It's just not enough. I'm sorry, it needs to go further than this. So that was my first gripe with it. Another thing that annoyed me was that they don't seem to have fixed any of the major bugs that this game had when I last played it. I mean, we're talking about 2015 here. They've had plenty of time. In the first mission that I went into, since I've revisited this, I saw that same old bug that when you die, your body falls to the floor, but your gun doesn't. I mean, a lot of the time it does, but quite often it just doesn't. It just sits there in midair, which is a complete immersion killer. Also as well, sometimes your body doesn't fall. I mean, you've got people who are sitting up, rigor mortis sets in fucking 10 seconds. That's not acceptable for a game that's into its second fucking season pass. They're happy to fill the shop. The Gullible shop. That's called a shop. It's the Gullible shop for gullible people. They're happy to fill that with tripe, you know, but they won't fix the bugs that are a problem in this game. Another sad omission from this game is the lack of content. This is the problem of why I thumbed it down in the first place. It lacked content. It doesn't even have a single player campaign. And bear in mind, guys, this game was £50, $49.99. You can get it now for £35, but it still lacks content. What you get for your game, you'll get 4 operatives, I think. 4. There's about 20 of them, but you only get access to 4. You get a handful of maps, and I mean just a small handful of maps. You get no campaign, and you get a versus mode. So you can play the maps either in co-op against AI, or you can play versus mode against another 5 guys, humans, which is good fun. I must admit, it is good fun. The co-op is good fun. You know, it's good fun. It's a fun game to play. My gripe is not with the gameplay. I love the gameplay, just running around, sneaking into buildings, breaching through doors, walls, using the special abilities of the operatives. The operatives, which is your character that you select, you have attack or defense operatives, and they all have different abilities and different weapons, which is nice. It makes the game better because you do get bored playing the same character all the time. So if you're on the defense part, there's always like an attacker and a defender. You can choose from your pool of attacking operatives when you're attacking, or when you're defending, you choose from your defending ones. And the defending ones will have things like armor that they can put up traps and things like that. The offensive ones will be able to breach things, and there's lots of cool abilities. The problem is, when you buy the game, you don't have access to it. You've paid for it, but you're not allowed to play with it. No, you have to unlock it with renown, guys. Now, if you do well in a mission, you'll probably get 100 renown off that mission, which may take you 20 to 30 minutes to do. To unlock the guys, the new operatives, they start at 1,000 renown. 1,000 renown to unlock a guy you've already fucking paid for when you bought the game. Now, you can buy the game cheaper. You can now buy the starter edition for $11.99. Now, if you do that, you get 4 operatives and the base game, which is all the maps. But to unlock the new operatives, it's 12,500 renown. Yeah, that's right, 12,500 renown. Which beggars the question, hang on, why is it that if you pay $11.99, you have to spend 12,500 renown, but if you pay $35.99, you still have to spend 1,000? Why don't we get them free? We've paid for the fuckers. It's part of the game. But you can go to the shop and buy some. Yeah, you can buy renown, guys. You can buy it. You can actually buy it. So basically, that's why I call it the gullible shop. It's for gullible people who pay for things twice. Next time you go shopping in the supermarket and the cashier's beeping all your stuff, beep, beep, beep. Imagine if she then put half of your shopping into a separate bag and put that down on the floor next to her and said, you can't have that. It's yours, but you're not allowed to eat that. But if you want, you can run round the shop, another 20 shopping trips, and then you'll unlock this can of beans. Or give me some more money now and I'll give you the can of beans that you've already paid for and you can use it. How's that? See, you might laugh, but that's exactly the fucking same as what you're doing with games like this. There is no difference. You buy the content. These operatives, you don't download the fuckers, they're already there. In your game that you paid for £35 or £49. They're there. They're there. You're just not allowed to play them unless you jump through loads of hoops. Now, does this make the game better having renown? Is it better that you don't have all these operatives as you start to play the game? Is there a reason, a gameplay reason? Hang on, why would that make the game bad if I had all the operatives unlocked from the beginning? Let me just think about this. So I'm starting a multiplayer game. There's me and me 5 mates, or me and 5 randoms against 5 other randoms. They have all the same operatives unlocked as we do. So we have a complete choice over which operatives we are taking into this encounter. And they have a choice of exactly the same operatives to take into this encounter. Is that a problem? No. That is actually the only possible fair way to play this game on a level playing field. But the addition of renown to unlock fucks up fairness, because what that does is the guys who've played this the longest or have paid money to unlock all the operatives, they have a bigger choice of better equipment, better abilities and traps than the guys who haven't unlocked all them operatives. So immediately you've got an imbalanced game. You have a completely imbalanced game. So the addition of renown is bad for gameplay. So why is it there? There's only one reason that it's there. It's because Ubisoft are fucking hoping, they are praying to the god of money that as you play this game, you get so fucking sick of playing the same character and doing the same maps over and over again to try and earn enough renown to unlock the guys that you want, that you'll just say, oh fuck it, where's my wallet? Where's my wallet? There it is. Credit card 666. And that you'll go and buy it, so you're paying twice for the game. Now, call me fucking stupid, but I think that's just wrong. Anyway, enough of the bad business practices of Ubisoft and the gaming industry in general, really. The gameplay in this is really, really good. It's an enjoyable game to play. Versus mode, I haven't got much footage of that simply because I played it a bit yesterday to get used to it. I mean, I haven't played the game since 2015, and I was supposed to be recording Versus today, but all the servers are down. And they've been down now for a couple of hours, and they're still not back up, and I'm struggling to get back in. So I can't actually record any Versus footage, which is a big shame. Just a little bit that I did yesterday. But pretty much the guys who have the hundreds of hours into this are playing Versus. It's the game mode that you like. It's basically 5v5. When you're dead, you're dead. That's it. And it's very tactical, but again, it's imbalanced because the defending team will be allowed to create defences. Now, these defences range from turreted machine guns to shields and all kinds of traps, poisonous gas stuff, cluster bombs coming through walls. And yes, you guessed it, to get all these things, you have got to have either paid to win by unlocking them, or paid and unlocked them with renown, because you do not get these on your initial purchase of the game. So you and the matchmaking's dreadful, because there's not that many people playing it now as there was when it was launched, which is why they launched the $11.99 special base edition. But if you can get past that and you don't mind all that, then there's a really good game here. There is a really good game here. It's very tactical, it's very suspenseful. It's creeping through a house. You'll spend a lot of the time just crouching around and trying coordinating with your team. Headsets are a must. Communication is essential. You'll get nowhere if you're just kind of guessing what other people are going to be doing. You have got to work as one unit with this game, and that is some of the best gaming that you'll ever have. A lot of games were like this back in the 90s. There was a lot of games like this. There's hardly any now, and it's a shame. It's just a shame that this, being the only game like this now, is so full of shit and so lacking of content and has so much laggy fucking servers, and it's kind of half-assed, guys. It could have been amazingly better than this. It really could. And that's the disappointment from my perspective. This could have been brilliant, but it just isn't brilliant. And it's a tough one, because gameplay-wise, it should be thumbed up, because the gameplay is good. The co-op is good fun. I love co-op games. We had a huge drought of co-op games in the noughties, but now we seem to have a lot more. But you know what, when I play Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is 4-player co-op, and you look at the way you unlock things in that game with a massive open world map with a shit ton of different types of missions, and then I look at this, you got a handful of maps, 10 maps I think it is, with 3 game modes: hostage, bomb, and kill everybody. I mean, fucking hell. You know, that's bare bones. That's really bare bones. And sadly, unless you're a diehard, this is going to get old. You know, you'll get your money's worth, I think. I think you will. I think you'll get your money's worth if you're into multiplayer. But if you are not into multiplayer, then you're going to seriously find this game boring, because single player content in this game is non-existent. Co-op is good, but you're going to get sick of doing the same 10 maps over and over again. You really are. And that's the problem with the game. It's relying on it's a one-trick pony, and that is versus multiplayer. And if you don't like that, then you've wasted your £50 or your $34.99 or whatever. So what I'm going to say is this: if you're looking for some tactical, great multiplayer versus, it's worth a buy. If you're looking for some kind of all-round experience, then it's not, because the content outside of the 10 co-op missions is pretty slim. There is no campaign, and if you don't like multiplayer versus, well, there's not a lot here for you after 10 hours. And at $34.99 with most of the content locked away behind a paywall, nah, it's not worth a buy. So what do? Do I give it a thumb up or a thumb down? Well, I'll tell you this. When I spend £50, which is what I spent on this when it first came out, for a AAA game, especially one that comes with the Rainbow Six tag on it, I expect at the least a good campaign, a cooperative campaign at that. And every Rainbow Six game has had a campaign. It's all part of what makes gaming fun. You have plenty to do. You have a single player campaign, you have multiplayer, and you have co-op in these games. Do you know what? I played Medal of Honor for years. Absolutely loved it, and I played 70% of that in multiplayer. Absolutely loved it, but it still had a really fun campaign that I played through probably about 3 or 4 times. You need all of that, and I think there's one thing that's been proven, and that is that these kind of games do need a campaign. Star Wars Battlefront didn't have a campaign, but guess what? The new one does have a campaign. Titanfall didn't have a campaign, but Titanfall 2 did have a campaign, a very damn good one as well. And I think it's lazy to just not have a campaign, especially when the pedigree of a game has always had a campaign like Rainbow Six. So I'm thumbing it down for lack of content. At the moment, it's pretty much a one-trick pony in multiplayer versus, and if you don't like that, you've got a handful of co-op missions which are fun but do get old after you've done the same old aeroplane, same old house over and over again. There's nothing else there for you to do, and as a AAA game, that's not good enough. It's lazy. I don't like the business practices of it either. So for me,